This is going to be my review of the North Face Apex+Etip glove. Now I bought these gloves for everyday use. They're not the thickest, warmest gloves that they make, but that's not what I wanted them for. I wanted them for everyday use, and these do the job extremely well. Now, what I like most about these is the fit. They come in several different sizes. This is a size small, and they fit my hand really snug. I tried these on in person, so I didn't have to do a little trial and error. You can see the cuff of them goes past your wrist bone. Here's my wrist bone here. So it goes far up on your wrist, and they fit snugly if you get the right size. They have a plastic attachment here that you can attach it to the other one, so it makes it harder to lose. What I really like is you see the little rubber grippy thingies on the hand. That's awesome for gripping the steering wheel in the morning time when it's cold. I really like these gloves because I use them every day in the winter time where I live. It usually is under 30 degrees where I live. The average temperature is probably 28 in the winter time. It's gotten as low as 9, and typically it's between 20 and 30 degrees in the winter time here. So these are a warmth rating of 1 only on the North Face website, but I use a hat, I have layers, so if I was just standing still, maybe I wouldn't want some thicker gloves, but I wouldn't recommend these for like the extremes. So like if you live in Minnesota or Wisconsin or somewhere else like that where it's, colder and they get a lot more snow. It snows where I'm at, but not like there it doesn't. So you may want to get a higher level glove, like say the Montana version, which is the next on up. These are $55 on Cabela's. Bass Pro, same on the North Face website. So it's the same price in the store as it is online. I just recommend trying these on in person because I did try on a different set of North Face gloves. The Montana is what they're called, and the same size was snug fit compared to these. These were a small, I bought the small, I would buy a medium with the other ones. So there is a little bit of variation in the size. They are wind resistant, and they have some resistance to moisture. I use these to wipe off snow on my car, no problem. They don't absorb moisture, but they're not designed to be used for, say, going skiing or mountaineering or anything like that. So if you live in the extremes, these gloves aren't for you, but they have a lot of good features. They're warm, they're functionable, they have good flexibility in the hand. They have this tab here on each one to help you pull it on. They do connect, so it's harder to lose them. Some of them have like a button, but I prefer this where it just has a little plastic clip. So you have them clipped together. So you put these in your backpack or in your pocket or something like that. Now I've never worn these where I'm just like standing out in the cold. If I'm outside with these, I'm typically moving, I'm walking. So maybe if I was standing and say waiting for the bus, like when I used to live in Seattle and I'm waiting for the bus for a half an hour, I would probably want a more quality glove that had more padding. But the thicker the gloves are, the less dexterity that your hands are going to have. These still have great dexterity. Now, as far as the use of the E-tip with the index finger, it'll work, right? But when you buy a pair of gloves to keep your hands warm and dry, the last thing on your mind would be, how well do they work while I'm messing with my phone? So for me, that's kind of like an afterthought. If anything, I take my glove off and I just use my thumb anyway. But, my phone isn't an extra appendage or anything like that, so I didn't buy them for the E-tip function. I could care less about that. What I wanted was a good use glove that every day I could use, that was warm, had some resistance to moisture and wind, and it wasn't sausage fingers where I couldn't function with my hands. Now, it's hard to still put your hands in your pockets to say take out your keys or whatnot. I still take the glove off to do that, but they keep my hands warm. And even when it was single digits, I wore these outside, and with my hat, my coat, and my other clothes, I was just fine. But say if I was just standing out in the cold and I lived in the extremes, this would not work. Also, you wanted to go snowboarding, skiing, mountaineering, you'd want to get a different set of gloves. But for everyday use, for wearing while you're driving in your car, or for taking a break on your work like I do, go for a walk, these work just fine. They're affordable, $55. They're good quality. The glove goes up past your wrist bone. It will kind of push your watch up, so you got to get used to that a little bit. But I also, it only comes in black or gray, so there's not a lot of color choices. So that's kind of a bummer. But they are a well-made glove. I really like the little rubber ridges on the palm. So if you're looking for a good everyday use glove that's not too bulky, doesn't want to give you the sausage fingers, still has good dexterity, and will keep your hands warm and dry and protect from the wind, check out the Apex+Etip glove from the North Face. Please stay tuned for more reviews.